How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Tactics Tim Gaming. So this is the second part in the Football Manager Tactics in Depth series. And today we're going to be playing against Halifax. Now, Halifax are actually halfway down the league, so mid-table position, pretty comfortable from there. And if you look, it's not too far away from the playoffs either, so they could go either way. If we look over to the left-hand side, we see that they're playing a 4-4-2. So what I'll be looking at with my 4-1-4-1 is to take advantage of the central area where we've got a bit of an overload. Just a little bit of history on York for you. I've actually played a couple of games against a 4-4-2, and they actually beat me quite convincingly. I looked at them again. In fact, maybe I do a series on this, but I looked at them again, and it seemed to be that the two central midfielders got a lot of the ball. So if they're standing off us, not making advances onto us, I need to look at whether we need to switch from a counter-attacking system like I've got at the moment to a more controlling system such as control. So we'll check that one out. And then if you look over here, we see the right winger Gooch is looking to have the most assists here. So this is interesting. Luckily, our left-hand side is the most defensive of the two sides, but I still need to pay attention to this and make sure he's well covered. So those are the two main things that I'm going to be looking at this match. If we take that off and we look at the team selection, I'm going to stick with the same team. Porritt is nearly back. He will actually probably fit into either the attacking midfield role or the creator of the team, but I haven't quite decided where he's going to go back in yet. But he's going to make the bench because he's astronomically better than Mark Wilson from our youth team. Let's just put it like that. So, without further ado, let's just get on to it. Oh, wait 1 second. Before I do that, exactly the same setup as before. I'll keep it on counter. We'll see how it goes the first 15 minutes and then go from there. So, let's proceed. Okay, teams are warming up. Slowly by the looks of things. Hopefully I've not crashed. No, I'm not. There we go. So, yep, 4-4-2. Just looking at this, it looks like the back four probably about level. Obviously, Gooch looks the more attacking of the two, as we thought. Upton looks the more defensive of the two in central midfield. Popper looks like a deep lying, probably not a deep lying forward. He may even be less advanced than that, maybe a false nine or a defensive forward there. So let's keep an eye on this and go forward. Continues the team talk. Okay, should we say I expect nothing from a win? I'm not very good at this. I just pedal through. I'm going to go with this. Let's see what they say. Okay, well, one one's only motivated. I'm not going to do anything else. I could make that much, much worse. Let's continue. All right, one thing I am going to do, I got some feedback about the game. So I'm actually going to be speeding up during the highlights. Maybe let's try 2 notches at the moment and see whether that speeds it up reasonably. We're on full match, so the plan is first 15 minutes full match. I've sped it up a bit. If we're doing okay from there, I will then switch to the more comprehensive like last time. Let's go. So Upton, Gooch. I'm looking at people. Are they closing down? They are. That's not good. In fact, we're under pressure straight away, and it's only 14 seconds into the match. Not a good sign. So Upton is definitely, as we saw from the original screen, just hanging out down there. He looks to be getting the ball a bit. I don't know whether that's free. Maybe he's got a playmaker or DLPD or something like that. I'm not too sure. We need to wait for the game to play out a bit more before we decide exactly. Oh, nasty foul. So that was our advanced playmaker coming forward with the ball there. So he did quite well. Let's see Rizonka in. No, that's not good. So Gooch has the ball. He's a threat. Yeah, Roberts, Thornley, Maguire. Ooh, that's a long ball. Make note of that. So they've sent one long ball forward. Let's make a note of that one. Denton again coming forward with the ball nicely. Godfrey the more attacking. Great pass that. Not a very good cross, but he didn't have much in. It's a cross again. Thompson, no. Okay, so Upson is, cleaning up again as the more defensive of the central midfield pairing. Okay, that's gone nowhere. Well done, Smile. Yeah, that's not too bad. Go on, Davis. Interesting. Oh, bit dangerous there. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad this start, except for the first 20 seconds or so. So 2 minutes 31. Well done, Smile. They do seem to be going very direct. Popper picking up the ball. Obviously, he's coming off a bit. You look on the diagram. He's the one that drops off. That's an interesting pass. Is he offside? No, he's not. That was quite dangerous. So let's see who's making that pass. Pass. Okay, so it's Walker. Is it Walker? Yes. So he's number 11. He's a bit more advanced. Again, you can see the problem, what I was discussing earlier when I checked out us against the 4-4-2 last time. For some reason, when they get a bit of space in this midfield area, they do tend to pick us apart with a 4-4-2. And in fact, that's Popper there. So he's roaming a bit. He could be a defensive forward at this rate. And Aimson is completely lost Boulder. I don't know what he's doing. He's maybe he's stepped up to follow Popper here. That could be what's happening. But I'm not too sure with 1, 2, 3, 4. He's okay over there, but we've got 3 here. 1 could move to him. Let's get this on. This one could have been moving here. This one could have been moving here. I understand this one probably, if I do orange for this, wants to close down Walker. I understand that, so I'd expect Smile to maybe come across here just to cover him behind. But Walker does, to be fair to him, let's see how quickly he delivers this ball. So it's Gooch in 1, 2, 3 seconds. So to be fair, not that much time to reposition themselves. Boulder pulls off Aimson. Luckily, Aimson gets back with a block. That's not good. Let's see where we go from here. And then see whether we want to do anything if this persists. So Godfrey's on the attack. This is great. Are we going to have a breakaway here? I'd guess probably not, but yes, not. Okay, Aimson tied it up. Nice. We've got a bit going here. That's good as well. Not bad. Davis is there. We notice the right back's there. Yep, well done. Okay, not bad move, that. Not bad move whatsoever. That's, well, less said about that, the better, isn't it? It was pointed out that in the last game that the defenders did tend to boot the ball a bit. I've tried to stop that with the play out of defense, but sometimes it happens. And obviously today we're playing a 4-4-2, so 2 people right up against the defenders. We may need to look at that. I'm not too sure, as the goalkeeper distributes to the 2 centre-backs. So maybe we'd be better distributing to either the left back or the right back at this point, and then bringing the opposite winger down to try and close down and creating some space for ourselves. This is not bad. Loco's on the overlap, or Loco. Yeah, answers on a postcard on that one. I'm going to go with Loco. Yeah, so number 2, here we go, Smile. Again, I've still not done anything with set pieces. I really need to, but, well, time. Okay. Oh, not bad from Aimson there. Not bad whatsoever. Okay, I'm still pleased with the 6 minutes so far. Not too bad. We do seem to be, obviously on counter, we stood off them a bit. But they are playing a lot of long balls over, so that's an interesting balance, really. Something I'm still struggling to get right. If people are playing balls over the top from the centre, then you'd think you want to go deeper. But if I went deeper, it actually gives the defenders more time to pick out the midfielders, more time to pick out a pass. So do you go forward or do you retreat even further back? At a hunch, because of what happened last time, you probably have to go further forward, I would suspect. But that's another one that we can explore in a minute if we're still not doing anything major. Okay, here's Gooch, the main danger man. So he's playing it in behind. Luckily, Aimson covers nicely. That's good anticipation from him because I don't think he has much pace. So Davis, all right, let's see what you can do. Again, we're picking it up. We're probably not going to get much joy attacking down the flanks. We probably need to be attacking centrally. See here, we have an overload with Godfrey and whatnot. Okay, Godfrey again, but not many options there, to be fair. He does pick out Razonka, Allen. See, this is nice, but okay, I was about to say there's no penetration, and, you know, I held off for a second, but it's true. Okay, so let's see what Watson does with the ball here. So, distribute to centre-backs. Yes, he does. They're covered in, Aimson. So, they're in trouble pretty quickly then. It looks like if I just take this back a touch, apologies for slowing this down, but when we pause it here, it does look like the right back might have more. So if we brought him down here and he doesn't move further up, then we could get the ball to Loco. I'd need to check who has the best distribution from there. See, that's not too bad. We get the ball into the centre. And a nice little ball over, but yeah, he's offside. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm still not 100% happy. Just to give you an idea, I think we lost the last games against the 4-4-2, 3-0 and 4-0. It was pretty disastrous, to say the least. And probably all my fault. Smile there with a good interception. Here we go, Godfrey. Thompson. Yeah, people moving up nicely to support him. Razonka. Okay, Razonka, let's see what you can do. Well, he got away from him and then booted the ball back. Okay, Reece Thompson's offside. Alright, what I'm going to do, just while this is, I'm going to pause it for a second. We're going to look at Loco. So, if Loco gets the ball, what can he do with it? Well, he can't run with it. He can barely pass with it. Yeah, there's not much he can do. Let's check. Okay. So Allen is the only one. So Allen, actually, he's not got bad passing. He's got awful vision. But a couple of simple passes when they're not in range of him wouldn't be too badly. So if I was going to give it to anyone, I'd make it, well... Okay, I was about to say that. But then we think that their right-hand side is the most attacking. So Loco's probably going to have the most space. So that brings an interesting conundrum. Maybe what I'll tell Watson to do, I will give it to... Okay, do I have it set to centre-backs? I do. So, this is just distribute to area. Maybe I can do that. We mix it up a bit. Let's see which way he goes rather than a specific person. Let's leave the option to him, though with the level of decisions in this game, for my team in this game, I'm not too sure about that. That was the second time we saw that Gooch tried to play a ball in behind here, where Popper is. So that's very interesting to take note, because that might be how they've got all the assists. Good shot there, Denton. No. Yeah, I apologise if some of this is a bit too loud. I do tend to get a bit excited at games. Yeah, that's just the way it is, I'm afraid, as my keyboard and its various damage points can testify. So, let me see. Walker, slinging the ball in. Okay, Allen does well then. He's pretty good in the air at left back. I think he's actually mainly a centre back, but our other left backs are just, well, less said the better. If you watch the first part, you'll know this and read the thread. Of course, you really know the state of the squad is not very good. That one, luckily, is not my fault. So a long ball over again. Though Thompson is offside, but even if he was onside, let's just pretend for a second that he's onside. Just look at this. Yep, too low, too low. Not bad, not bad. He's not too far away, really, but you know, too low. And then the covering defensive centre-back is in the centre here. Quite a nice position, similar to what our anchor person would be. So I'm looking at that one as maybe, like I said, central midfielder defend, or maybe a deep lying playmaker, though I haven't seen him getting the ball much. Maybe I've just missed it. And 11 seems to be hovering here. So I'm still thinking about maybe we should push up here and give their sort of central midfield a bit more to worry about. Let's keep that in mind. It's 12 minutes now. We're not doing too badly. I might want to switch to control, and then okay, it'll help if it's still playing. I might want to switch to control, and then maybe tell the team to exploit the middle. I'm not too sure about that at the moment. I'm not too sure whether that's a good idea. I still like them, even though the decisions aren't very good, to not necessarily just focus on one area, but to try and mix it up a bit. So we'll see. Davis going absolutely nowhere there. Okay, another long ball. So probably they're playing pretty direct here. I would say pretty direct. I'm not too sure whether they're fluid or structured or just in between. There was a good sort of video on Bust the Net by Rashidi about this kind of thing. And he said if people are like trying to go in all phases of play, push up into all phases of play, then it's fluid, which makes sense because that's really what fluid is. Chance, no. Okay, corner time. We've had some decent moves. It's not been too bad. Let's just check the match stats. So Davis coming back in. Yep, Thompson is behind it. Nice little pass to Smile. Let's finish this passage of play and then quickly check the stats. This opening 15 minutes. And I think we've generally been a bit more dangerous. I can't really remember them having a shot. Maybe it's passed me by. Maybe the first 14, 20 seconds they did. Oh dear. Yep, luckily Allen didn't overcommit, or else he'd be drastically done for pace there. Let's see. Okay, Aimson going forward with the ball. Smile. Okay, that's not bad. And now we've got some options for him. Let's see what he can do. Okay, he can put it wide. Yeah, one half chance as well. I don't remember that. We could probably check it out at full time if really that interested with Zonka again. But we've had 6 and 2 half chances. One was literally just now. Decent possession, decent passes completed. So, yeah, maybe we don't change it yet. See whether they try and take more advantage of what's happening. Because the onus is on them, really, because they're at home. Even though we're higher in the table, I'm not going to think about sort of pushing for wins yet, especially with the state of the team and the squad. So let's see what happens. They're doing a good job of countering us there. Smile, but yeah, there's not much available there. We could possibly go a bit narrower to give more options. If you look here. Yeah, you see we got 2 players wide. We could go a bit narrower, I think. Would that have any other... You see, that's balanced. We could go fairly narrow. No, let's leave it at this for now. We've been doing okay. I don't want to mess with things when it's going okay. We've noticed a few issues here, but we're still quite dominant. Oh, I say that. It's just launched it to Popper, trying to make a run. Well done, Alan. Okay, Razonka getting back nicely and then getting rid of the ball. Here's Davis. That's good. That's good defensive play then from the left winger. That's why I do prefer wide midfielders to wingers. They do tend to track back the wide midfielders rather than the wingers. Let's switch to comprehensive then, because we're doing okay. I can't really spot too many issues. Like I said, I'm watching that midfield like a hawk, but we'll still get to see some decent chances in comprehensive rather than watching the entire thing. Gooch, yeah, that's not too many in the box there, but he did get a bit of space. It's slightly worrying. Okay, what's more slightly worrying? Have they made any changes here? Because they've suddenly come a bit more into it. Not really. Not that I can see over here. They don't seem to have made any real outright changes yet. And looking at that, we got the ball out much nicer there by going to the left back. Let's see this again very quickly. So we get a free kick, I think it is, for offside. And then distribute to the left back. So the strikers were ready to pounce, you can see there. If we'd given it to the central area, the strikers were pouncing on it. But we give it to Allen, then the striker actually comes across, which then leaves a gap for Smile and through to the midfield. Nice, I like it. I like that. Okay, good ball from Denton. He's offside again. Good God, Reese. How many times have you been offside this match? It's no wonder I just saw you were on a 6.6 rating. I mean, wow. What are you doing? Okay, Godfrey, nice. Bit of a break here. That's a great pass. Go on, Davis. Attack him. Oh, not bad cross. Okay, yeah. I got a little bit excited again. Not bad move, though. Not bad at all. Here's Denton. Oh, nice. Reese Thomas. Good hit. Davis picks up the... No. Again, not bad. This is exactly why I don't want to change things. Because we had a decent chance there. And if you look at the stats, we're basically mullering them. They've come into it a bit more recently, had a bit more possession, but I'm still not too worried at the moment. Yeah, I'm not worried at all, really. I should also note that the previous 4-4-2s were against very, very good sides in our league. In addition, they were actually at home, so they were at home, not us. So they were even more attacking than these with their superiority. So Walker, Boulder. See, at the moment, Boulder seems to be coming a bit deeper himself. I like that. I don't like that. In fact, that's cost... Oh, that nearly cost us a goal then. What just happened? Can I... that's the problem with comprehensive. It's a bit harder to rewind back. Let's see what happens here. So, Boulder comes across with it. Was this it? Okay, Boulder. Here's Walker, you see. So was it Walker slips it? No, it's a totally different... Yeah, apologies for that. I need to be a bit quicker noticing that kind of thing and stopping it. We'll do that next time. Does it count as a half chance? No, it doesn't. I'd have thought that would have been a clear cut myself. From the visualization, he was literally throwing goal. Okay, someone's injured Popper. He's been causing us a few problems there, getting across the entire line. It could be a trequartista. Good God, I'm not going to say that again. But he could be, because he has been working the line quite well. All right, well done, cleaning that up. The defence have been reasonably solid, except for just one or two lapses, so not really too bad here. Okay, Ameson here. Go on, Allen. Let's see what you can do. You can pass it to Denton, who passes it to Godfrey. Oh, nice. Go on, Reese. Oh... A good play again. Was that yeah, that counts as a clear-cut chance. I don't know. On his weaker foot, it was a tough... Here we go. You see, I caught it a bit earlier this time. Or did I? Maybe not. Oh, yes, I did. Here it is. Okay. See, Godfrey plays a very nice ball. We've isolated their defender. So we've isolated their defender, and we've got actually all three here pinned. And then we've got Loco... going to be able to make a run down here in case it stalls. So Godfrey did a really good pass this time. So we're definitely in charge because, well, they've got so many of their players out. In fact, who's the defender missing here? So we've got number 3. So he's the left back. He's come inside to cover. And then we should have... Okay, so 23 has stepped up into absolute no man's land. I have no idea what he's doing there. See. Oh, he'd followed Godfrey out. So here's Godfrey, so he picks it up, and then 23 follows him, and then number 4 takes over, but for some reason, instead of getting back into his position, 23 just goes on a roll somewhere. But then Thompson, obviously on his weaker foot, unfortunately cannot finish. Never mind. Good. All right, number 2, Smile, Davis, nope. So we're still having, I'd still say the better of it. They've come back into it a bit more with 4 shots, but they're still not been as good as us in my opinion, especially when we looked at it on full. Yeah, that's not good. Gooch launches it, and they're on the counter themselves. Yeah, well done, Loco. Yeah, not bad at all. Oh dear. Okay. So we're coming up to half time here. I'm not too displeased. I'm not overly pleased either. I mean, it's been okay, but really we should be winning this. So maybe second half we'll see how they react, and maybe we take the game to them in the second half, depending on how it's poised. Because I'm not too sure about whether I want to give up the draw just to go for a win. Well, that's football, isn't it? Do you risk more to get more reward, or do you stick with what you've got? Reece Thomas has been awful. I have to say that today. He's been offside. Let me say, I'm far from pleased. Okay, not bad. So like I said, I'm not too displeased, but we need to G the lads up a bit because it's still not good enough. And Reece, I'm going to give you more assertive team talk, saying I'm really not happy with your performance. I'm constantly offside and missing a sitter, or what the computer judges as a sitter at least. But his offside was the main thing. He's normally good off the ball and does off the ball runs, as you saw for his chance. But well, I mean that previous was a bit shocking, wasn't it? So let's see what's going on. Oh, he's gone down to 6.5. See, this is my problem here. I should really take him off. But I mean, do I bring on Coulson, he's worse? I'd then have to go with a defensive forward, I think. It may not be too bad because he'd come into the pocket of space. But yeah, I don't like playing Coulson as a deep line forward because frankly he's not good enough. He's not got any of the skills really for that role. Ooh, that wasn't too far away, you know. Alright, so I'm actually looking at this, and I apologise, I should have picked up on it sooner, but if you look here, alright, let's look here, we'll actually see that the right winger has actually dropped back a bit. So they look to be a bit more defensive themselves. But actually the right back looks to have moved up a touch. Yeah, so I'd say this one's a full-back support, and this one's either a wing-back support or a full-back attacking. I'm not too sure which. So they seem to have swapped up the play to try and get a bit of an overlap on the right-hand side, on their right-hand side. So this is quite an interesting... yeah, it's a very interesting sort of tactical move what they're trying to do here. I don't know how that would carve us open. Maybe they want Gooch to have a bit more support because he's crowded out on that left hand side. You could definitely see the number 15 sort of skirting in this area here, and he wasn't really picked up either, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Their midfield hasn't really offered too much. Just a couple of times where we failed to close them down appropriately, and they had a bit more space and time than I would like, but generally not too bad. However, apart from the Thompson chance, even though it says we've had a couple of half chances, one was from a corner, and the first one I can't even remember. I can't even remember the first one, so I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. I'm then going to move to control. What we'll do is when we move to control, we'll probably have 5 to 10 minutes on full match just to see how things proceed. Oh, go on, Thompson. Maybe I won't change it. Maybe I won't. Okay, yes, I'm still changing it. So I'll move up to control. We'll then have a little bit of a scout about what's going on the pitch. See whether it's making any difference in certain key areas. And then if it... Oh... Okay, I was definitely going to move up if we scored. In fact, I think now's the time. Let's make ourselves a bit more attacking, but also closing down more. So hopefully it will prevent a bit more of this. So I'm moving. Okay. Thompson. Okay, no, it's wide. He did do okay then. Not too bad. Oh, I didn't move it to full. I apologise. We've missed a few minutes there, haven't we? It looked promising on the attack then. Definitely looked a bit more promising. My only fear is this is actually exactly what they want. They've gone more counter-attack, and they're just waiting for us and licking their chops about us moving a bit further forward. So that's definitely something to watch out for. But on the flip side, with our midfield superiority in the centre, we could actually pen them in some regards, because they are doing this. So it could work for us. Here we go. Oh, it has it? Oh, it may have. Great play from Davis, and great finish from Thompson as well. At least his rating's going to go up a bit. That was superb. I'm going to get the replay here. So let's have a look. So you can see for a start, I mean, this is perfect for the series. Please don't think that every game goes like this, where I just make one tactical tweak and suddenly we score. No, never. But you do see the difference, because we've got 1, 2, 3 basically causing problems here. So we've got 2 people dealing with this person, number 23. Let's see, Rizonka, of course. So we've got 2 people dealing with Rizonka. So these 2, I'm going to use blue for them. We've got 2 that are taken up by Thompson, which is understandable. They're central defenders. Thompson is probably our best player. And then the left back is not getting any help from his number 25, if you look here. And he's basically one-on-one with Davis. Then not only is Godfrey here, we've got... Sorry, I should be using... in fact, let's use red for us. Godfrey is marked. He's been closed down quite nicely, but he's a good player. And then we've got 1, 2. And we also have an option, if Godfrey turned backwards, he'd go over here, and we go over here. So it's definitely made a difference. You can see we're further up the field. We definitely have more attacking intent here. And then actually, if I get rid of this, Godfrey slips the ball to Davis, who then, he doesn't really even beat his man. He just gets a little yard and then crosses the ball into Thompson, who's I can't highlight Thompson, but this is Thompson, who's come away from his marker, got near post. So it's a great cross. Also notice that at this time, if you'd read the thread, Loco is supporting well here. And then if they were to try and break on the attack, we still got 3 covering 2 here. So not bad, not bad. The big question now is, do we change this? I don't know. Do we change back to counter? I want to see how they react. We'll keep it on full match, like I said we would, just to see now whether they come a bit stronger. Okay, so let's see what's happening. I'd say these were more structured, actually, because they don't seem to totally attack as a unit, and they do seem to be quite spread out like we are, so I think they're more structured. Yeah, probably. But yeah, if you haven't done it, go and look at Rashida's YouTube channel, Bust the Net. It's exceptionally good, especially on some of his tactic videos. Okay, so Thornley, yep, we're definitely closing down a bit more now. That's good from Rizonka. Well played. Go on, Thompson. Okay, that's good. Keep possession. Keep possession. That's what the control's all about. We do need to attack, but we need to be very controlled about our attacks and not take ridiculous risks. So they've gone through us there, but Ameson's covering. So they still can play through us. Luckily, again, we were on the ball for that. So that's what I'm looking for, really. We're never going to be able to stop it all, obviously, but if we reduce those and we're pretty comfortable, I don't think we're too bad then, looking at it. That's another long ball. Hair again, yep. We are cutting them off there. So Thompson picks up the ball. People are gunning it to try and support him. He is Godfrey. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Great finish. So I think it's fair to say that I'm a tactical genius. Okay, joking aside. joking aside, this does show you what you can do in Football Manager with just a simple tweak. And like I said, don't think I'm anywhere near a tactical genius. Honestly, I'm not. I just watch the game nowadays, try and pick out things simple. I think one of Cleon's threads on the forum, I think it was his art of counter-attacking, art of attacking, and art of... There was another art, I think it was adapting to opponents or something like that. I read those and it made sense. You can see my thread, read that. It really did make sense when he talked about looking at the stats to identify your sort of original problems. And then once you've identified original problems using stats, take a look at the games in as much detail, as you want really. But he was recommending, I think, full match for the first 15. And then comprehensive on from there. So I did that. I then identified certain problems, like, for example, people not supporting the right winger, our right winger here. So I made a change on local to move into more wing back support to try and get up the pitch to support a bit more. And then I made also some changes in midfield as well. I think we went to a central midfielder attack. I can't remember whether I had that originally or not. But those were the changes that I made. They were very simple and they seemingly have worked quite a treat. So the question at this point is, well, one, I'm actually going to go back to comprehensive because they haven't made a change. If they do make a change down here, I will also make a change. But they don't seem to have. They've had a lot of the ball, but again, we're closing them down. This may pose a problem. Is it Upton? No, well played, Godfrey. So I'm going to keep it on this. Cleon and the rest of the people on the forums do say that, if you're winning, you're doing well, why change it? We are winning. We do seem to be doing well. So, I don't see any need to change this yet. But we will adapt to them if they do anything out of the ordinary, which they may do here. So, Vassi. Got 2 on him, and then the the right back covering the left winger. That's good. They've definitely had more possession, so maybe they have moved up their mentality. I'm not too sure about that. Could have done. So we could move back to counter, but like I said, I'm not. I'm going to make some subs in about 5 minutes just to get some fresh legs on, get some more. Maybe get some. Oh dear. Oh yeah, that's a deep cross. That. Okay, yep, I did it too late again. Apologies, I'll try and be a bit quicker on that. My space bar doesn't work properly either. I was tapping it like a madman just then. Okay, that's a waste. That's nothing. But again, look, we didn't seem to... They didn't register as clear-cut chances, but to me, at least the first one was a clear cut. Oh dear. All right, this is a problem now. All right, I'm going to move on to full match, and then I'm going to move us on to counter-attack, because I don't really know how they got that. And we've only got 7 or 8 minutes left, so not including the injury time. So I think we put ourselves on counter and then see what happens. I'm afraid of us getting sort of pushed back, but and them controlling the game, but... Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Okay. I was hoping for a penalty then. You've all seen the animation where a few players go diving into that kind of tackle. Okay, Thompson. Yeah, you see, they're still quite a way back. So maybe this is the right thing to do to move out. Oh, good God, Thompson. You keep on side. This may be the right thing to do. Just try and shut the game down a bit. We don't really need to venture forward, especially at 2-1. In fact, probably 2-0 we didn't. But like I say, sometimes, you don't want to change a winning sort of formula. We just changed it. We went 2-0 up. So sometimes you think, why change it? So you've always got to... Oh, dear. I thought he was going to get a second yellow for a second then. Last thing I need was a... foul. Oh dear. Okay, Aimson does well. That's one thing that we are. I'm probably going to jinx us here, but we're pretty decent in the air, touching wood. My table's wood, so we're pretty decent in the air, so they're not really going to be challenging us too much unless they're a gigantic side in that respect. So Watson, wow, he is taking his time, isn't he? Okay, up to Davis. Nice little flick on. Okay, he's got it back. I'm not displeased with that. You see Godfrey making a bold run there. Zonka. Yeah, Zonka. What to do. If you look, we're only a bit above on the passing percentage. Sorry, not the passing, the possession percentage. That was an inviting cross, wasn't it? Really good. Okay, Godfrey runs into a bit of a brick wall. Normally I bring on players here. In fact, what I will do, though, is I will bring on Porritt, because he needs a bit of fitness back. Get Godfrey off so he doesn't get sent off. I could bring on Swan as well, but who would I take off? Probably Will Aimson, because he's been yellow carded. There's no drop in quality. I'd like to bring Coulson on. I'd like to do it. In fact, let me do it and put him a bit more... I'll put him a bit more defensive, I think. The idea being, if we move into a defensive forward, probably defend. He comes a bit lower in mentality and puts pressure on the back and generally tries to clean things up. Wastes a bit of time as well because we've only got 3 minutes left. So hopefully he can waste some time for us. Yeah, Upson's doing absolutely nothing. So I'm tempted to move, like we did last time, I'm tempted to move Porritt off attacking and Davis off attacking as well. But they seem to be giving the only support to Thompson at the moment. So, well, to Coulson now. But, yeah, maybe with him being a bit deeper now I can do it. But you can see, look at the space here. I mean, you just saw that. On the defensive midfielder is much lower in mentality. For example, where sort of Thompson was still kind of floating around this area, not quite on the shoulder of the last defender, but just a little bit in front. But then when this goes on here, let me push it on a little bit. So when this goes on, you see them shifting over, and then Coulson, he drops back a little bit more, which gives him absolutely acres of space. So that's another way we can sort of get the upper hand on the 4-4-2. Maybe a false 9 or something, pick it up here and then run directly at the defence. Look for people breaking as well. That's a possibility. Unfortunately, I don't really have the quality for a false 9. I don't have a quality for the defensive deep line playmaker here either. So... You know, I don't want these players. I could probably do it if that was their only role. So, for example, get a very creative player and put him in front of the defence. But then one of the issues is the defence, at least pace-wise and probably on the deck, isn't that great. So then you've got a very weak defence. And then, you know, you've got someone that you expect to both playmake, cover the back line, and slapping tackles when you need him. So you're asking a player at this level to do 3 roles. You know, maybe if they were an absolute top draw player and the defense was better, you know, okay, you can do that. But at this level, probably best just to keep it simple. So you can see we really have sort of shut down their attacks now, and the defensive sort of forward's been working. He's not been bad, Coulson, just linking up the play a bit. So that's something of note as well. These positions, or should I say roles, are not set by any stretch of the imagination. I'm looking at it and I'm wanting to improve the roles. So if I see anything during the game like we saw last time, box to box, oh, good God, no. Okay, well done here. If we see anything like box to box like last time, and then moving everyone to support and then going counter-attack, then, you know, it's an alternative and it's an alternative formation. I do try and pay attention to these things. Okay, Alan, smile. So you can see that's been working much better as well. Going to the left. In fact, my friend talked about that over Steam to me. He was talking about why do you always give it to centre-backs. So, you know, fair play to him on that one. It's a good point. That's a good win for us, actually, away from home at mid-table side. Very good win. Keeps our run going. So, I hope that helps. I'm not going to go into the statistics because obviously this is running a bit long again. We saw the match. We didn't really see anything to massively worry about there. And it was generally a good game overall. So, I'm going to leave it there. And thank you all for watching. And I will speak to you again soon.